Hey there, do you want to study in Canada and you have no idea how or where to begin? In this video, I'll be sharing with you the steps I took to attain a Canadian study permit. Let's go. I'm McKenna. I'm an international student studying in Canada from Nairobi, Kenya. I self-applied and I want to show you how I did it. Before we start, I have disclaimers from my channel. My content is purely based off my personal experience. I am not an immigration lawyer, therefore I do not give any legal advice. Please do your research and visit the RCC website. So now, let's dive straight into the video. The steps I took to apply for a Canadian study permit. Step 1. First thing is first, do you consider this as a pathway to PR? Hold up. What I mean by a pathway to PR is the Canadian government usually gives opportunity for international students to apply for a Canadian permanent residency. Sometimes during the course of their studies, sometimes upon completion of their studies. Does that sound like something you'd consider? If yes, you're required to meet certain criteria in order to qualify for permanent residency here in Canada. A major requirement is to ensure that your program is PGWP eligible. That stands for Postgraduate Work Permit. This allows you to apply for a work permit upon completion of your program. The second major thing that is key to ensuring that you are using your study permit as a pathway to PR is to ensure that this program is being delivered in a DLI. That's a designated learning institution. Please note those two things: PGWP, DLI. To search whether or not your program is PGWP eligible and whether your school is a DLI, I have left a link below that leads you to the IRCC website. It gets easier to search. However, we'll go through it in further detail in other videos to come. Step 2. So now you've selected your program, you've ensured that the school you're applying to is a designated learning institution. Now you'll be required to submit some necessary documentation. Documentation can vary from tons of stuff to very little. For example, the master's program, you might be required to give off so much recommendation letters, references, name it. However, you might find some programs that don't really ask for much, so it just depends on your program. Just ensure you meet the requirements and that your documentation is all together. Also, there are application fees that can range from, I've seen them range from around 80 Canadian dollars to 100 Canadian dollars. Okay, so at this point, you've been accepted to the school. The third step is pretty simple. Step 3. Now, visa applications are online. You'll be required to create a GCKey account in order to submit the necessary documentation for visa approval. Just like the way we've created Facebook accounts, Instagram accounts, websites, etc., name them. Just the same way, you'll be required to just register a GCKey account, write your name, your details, and so on and so forth. Please also note that some of the information that you will get from your GCKey account is very confidential, and you will probably use, you will use your GCKey account to apply for other applications. Therefore, keep your login details safe. If you are with me up to this point, please comment down below Canada with an exclamation, just so that I know we're together in this step 4. So for visa application, you'll be required to 1. Submit the necessary documentation, 2. Get your biometrics done, and 3. Your medical test. As I mentioned, this is a chunk of the whole process. Therefore, be very, very keen to ensure you have the correct documents, to ensure that your biometrics is done, and to also ensure that you do your medical test. Please also remember to ensure that your passport is up to date. I cannot stress this enough. Ensure your passport is up to date. So congratulations if you're at this point. You've already received your visa. But we're not yet out of the woods, which takes me to our next step. Step 5. Your visa just allows you to travel and does not guarantee you entry into the country. You will require a study permit upon arrival. You will be required to carry some documents and might also have to answer some questions at your point of entry. There's tons, I know, but this is just a general video to get you started. We will go step by step to ensure that you get that study permit you're looking forward to. Watch out for my next video coming soon to you every Sunday. Also remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you soon.